Hey guys, AniCrunch here, and we're back with Buffy Season 2. I am hyped. As I've been told by many people, Season 2 is where Buffy really goes into its own. Though I really enjoyed Season 1. I think Season 1 was a lot of fun. It was very episodic. Yeah, it had some weak episodes, but I never felt bored in an episode. I thought it was always well paced. I like all the characters. Bar Xander. I'm not a big Xander fan. I like everyone else. Quite a lot, actually. Buffy's a really great main character. So if I like Season 1, and that's meant to be one of the weakest of the show, and I think after Season 1 it should get better, I'm all for them. All I want to ever hear is a show gets better. I never want to watch a show where it starts off strong and it gets shit towards the end. That's always, or at least it starts off strong and then after a few seasons it falls off. I prefer if it just stays strong throughout or gets better and better. Or even if a show sort of drops midway through a show, and then it builds back up again. That's always good, because I don't think you always have to keep topping it each season. Sometimes you need to wind down, do a lot of build up to then proceed to make the next season even better. The Expanse is really good for that. I like it was a build up, then kept topping itself, got to like the peak, and then I was like, there's no way they can really top that. So they sort of cooled down. Did a lot more build up, and then the next season afterwards was great again. So that's how I tend to prefer shows. But yeah, no, I look forward to see where they're going to take this show. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the reactions. Thank you for the support on Buffy so far. It's been great. And yeah, let's start our journey with Season 2. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the reaction. Check out Patreon for the access and court.
You're Amish. You can't fight back, because you're Amish. I mock you with my ice cream cone, Amish guy.
Witness. My nose is cold.
Let me get that for you.
Xander!
Sorry, I can't help myself. Your nose looks so tasty.
See, oh! Talk about timing. Fucking hell. Be very convenient Buffy shows up. Unless it's Angel. No, Buffy has shown up.
Hi, guys.
Oh, there's this branch there. I was like, how'd that work? That time in season... Oh yeah, they're not going to change the intro music. Don't think they have. That's good. Happy about that.
Right up by that tree. Giles buried the bones, and we poured holy water, and we got to wear robes.
Very intense, you should.
Got to wear robes.
Have you seen Giles? Why did I do that? Same at school.
Man, I'm really glad you're back.
What's with the menacing music?
Crawling around, mindlessly bent on feeding and mating, destroying everything in sight in their relentless, pointless desire to exist.
I do enjoy these pep talks. Have you ever considered...
Such a philosopher.
Abhorrence of children?
Every time a pretty girl walks by, every boy turns into a gibbering fool.
Hey!
Calendar.
Mr. Giles.
Well,
It's not just teenagers. Grown-ups as well.
hello.
Rituals, mobile sculptures, raves, naked mud dances. You would have just...
I love how all... It's just funny every time I think about Uther.
Naked?
And then
And
you
you
just got
probably spent your summer with your
Giles.
nose in a book.
Buffy. Buffy.
This is Buffy's Bruning arc.
I'm fine.
Good.
I hope it's that simple.
It is not to worry. Trust me.
I don't know. I mean, I've killed you once. It shouldn't be too difficult to do it again.
What?
Fear of dying. Or fear of being defeated again. I guess you don't want to be unprepared again. Interesting. I guess it is to do with... Yeah, I guess it's to do with the unprepared. She would technically did die. So it would fuck Queen Mental State a little bit. And then like a whole prophecy about her dying. It's like, yeah.
Ground, remember? Prom night? with all the vampires.
Cordelia, your mouth is open. Sound is coming from it. This is never good.
No, see, we can't mention that stuff in front of other people. Buffy being the Slayer and all.
You haven't been talking about our little adventure all summer, have you?
Are you nuts? You think I would tell people that I spent the whole evening with you?
I love how that's what's true.
Besides, it's also
That's
creepy,
why I
that
shouldn't tell
master
people.
guy, all the screaming. I don't even like to think about it. So, your secret's safe with me.
Well, that works out great.
Who would have thought you could trust
You
her?
won't tell anyone that I'm the Slayer, and I won't tell anyone you're a moron.
Now that was a good
Wow.
insult.
What's wrong with Buffy? Mate, she's
Up with her.
going through an arc. Well, holy water's no use then, is it? Jesus Christ. Sure, it was a bad place to bury him.
The velocity of time. Buffy,
Oh, is Cordelia about to call you out?
you're really campaigning for Bitch of the Year, aren't you?
Whoa, that's coming from you,
As
Jesus.
defending champion, you nervous?
Ooh.
I can hold my own. You know, we've never really been close, which is nice because I don't really like you that much, but you have on occasion saved the world and stuff, so I'm gonna do you a favor.
And this great favor is...
I'm gonna give you some advice. Get over it.
Excuse me?
Whatever's causing the Joan Collins tude, deal with it. Embrace the pain, spank your inner, mop it, whatever. But get over
I
it.
did not expect this from
Pretty
Cordelia,
soon you're not gonna even
Jesus.
have the loser friends you've got now.
I think it's about time you start minding your own business.
She's not wrong.
Past. Nighty night.
Possessed.
That's the only explanation that makes any sense. I mean, you should have seen her last night. That wasn't Buffy.
Are we overlooking the idea that she may be very attracted to me?
Yeah,
Possessed.
she's possessed.
Possessed by what?
Telling me he was history.
Buffy, I've never heard of a revivification ritual being successful.
But you've heard of them? Thanks for the warning. Oh, Buffy, Giles did bury him. But this is Slayer stuff, okay? Can we just have a little less from the civilians, please?
Okay, that's just about enough.
I believe some of us have class, and some of us have jobs.
Yes, well, I'll see you all in the library later. We'll continue this discussion.
About Trout.
Ooh, Buffy calling them civilians. Ouch.
Jail.
Before you throw away the key, you might consider giving her the benefit of the doubt. She may surprise you.
You really have faith in those kids, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Weird.
I don't know. I think it's a good trait for a teacher to have.
I go to the bronze and save the day.
I don't like this.
Nor I.
Yeah, well, you guys aren't going. What do you mean? I can't do it anymore. I can't look after the three of you guys while I'm fighting.
That's why I was trying to
Well,
distance.
what about the rest of the note?
The rest of the note.
The part that says, P.S. This is a trap.
You'll be playing straight into their hands.
I can handle this.
Stop saying
That's how you
that.
died last
God,
time.
What's wrong with you?
Cordelia may be dead.
You're right. Why would they send just one?
Oh, to
I
go get
still
the rest of
think
your
we
friends.
should have gone with her.
Buffy's about to lose it. I think we should be trying to reach minimum safe distance.
Xander, you know it's a trap.
No, you guys are trapped.
Who were with him when he...
Oh dear.
It is a trap.
For you.
It just isn't for her.
Fair play.
We just have to think. Where they've taken him.
If they hurt Willow, I'll kill you.
What? No.
Why did they take them and not you? Where they are.
What are you gonna do? Kill me?
As a matter of fact. Yes. But since I'm not gonna kill you anytime soon, the question becomes, how are we gonna pass the time till then?
Ooh.
So, one more time.
Torturing Buffy, Jesus. Oh.
Your day is done, girl. I'll grind you into a sticky paste and hear you beg before I smash in your face.
So, are you gonna kill me, or are we just making small talk?
Ow. She did wreck all of them, Jesus Christ. Short work. Oh, I've got to crush the bones. Well, goodbye, Master. I'm surprised it wasn't that 4 anyway. Soundtrack though.
When you can dry clean till Judgment Day, you are living with those stains.
Yeah, that's the worst part of being hung upside down by a vampire who wants to slit your throat. The stains.
The stains.
I hear you.
I hear you. Doesn't get sarcasm.
Of course you can.
I can't. What am I supposed to say? Sorry, I almost got your throat slit. What's the homework?
Punishing yourself like this is pointless.
It's entirely pointy. I was in
Pointy.
my best friends in mortal danger on the second day of school.
What are you going to do, crawl inside a cave for the rest of your life?
Would it have cable?
Buffy, you acted wrongly, I admit that. But believe me, that was hardly the worst mistake you'll ever make.
I was going to say, you're going to have a moment of
It
weakness.
wasn't quite as comforting as it was meant
Still a
to be.
teenager.
Well, points. Hey. We saved you a seat.
There's a rumor going around that Mr. Cox is the most boring teacher in the entire world. Like, I think he won a belt or something.
Like, yes. Well, I hear he nods off a lot, so that's a plus.
Real ones to stay by you no matter
Bronze
what.
night tonight?
Wednesday's kind of beat.
Well, we could grind our enemies into talcum powder with a sledgehammer, but gosh, we did that last night. Hey, I got a plan. How about miniature golf?
There's no course here.
Okay, miniature tennis. A very tiny form of tennis that we can invent and develop.
At least you can start sort of processing it now. Interesting way to start off season 2. You're all alone again, kids.
I hate that girl.
I hate that girl. Best line. Interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of glad it was done within one episode because it's not my favourite character arc. I think one of my worst character arcs is the Bruni character arc. She wasn't really Bruni. She was obviously like been through a lot. She's not really been able to process it. So yeah, but I'm glad they sort of didn't drag it on for too long. Yeah. Overall, yeah, pretty straightforward episode. I wouldn't say the strongest episode to start off with, but I did enjoy it. I look forward to see where they're going to take the show. I'm not really too much to say. It was a pretty straightforward episode, just sort of like trying to process her emotions. She's young, and yeah, no, I look forward to see how they're going to continue season 2. And look forward to it. Is it going to be that big bad, or is it just going to be like a little villain before we get onto a main one? I'm curious if he's going to introduce any new characters. I'm looking forward to see what they do with the villains this season. If they do sort of a bit similar to last season, where it's a bit more episodic, but we will see. So one thing about the show in the 90s, made up in the early 2000s, is that there was no guarantee the show will get picked up on another season. So when you watch season finale, they were actually designed to possibly be the season finale. That's why there was a sense of closure at the end of the chapter. So that if you haven't gotten any gotten in it more, the audience would have at least had a closing in the ending, which more shows did that now, because fucking hell, we get so many no endings. But they also left things open and teased for early in episodes, so that would be a reason for the show to continue. I like season 1 overall. It's not the best, but I attached good memories the first time I watched it. The scene where Buffy says she quits, I quite watched it the first time. Sarah acting is so good in the scene, and as you pointed out, we tend to forget that she's a 16-year-old girl since she's so strong. Oh yeah, Cordelia was really good this episode. I love the scene with the mum. The mother-daughter bond is wholesome. Love your enthusiasm for the intro song, but did you catch the piano version of when Buffy come down to the library after killing the master? Love that version. Yeah, I think I pointed it out. They used it. Just it was cut very short though. I love you. You had quite a few good guesses. Like wow, some parts of me even wondered if you got spoiled about things. I know you didn't, and you would mention I'd just mention if I got spoiled. I don't think I've been spoiled on anything. No. I can't think of anything. No one's really spoiled anything in the comments, so we're pretty good so far. Yeah, if I got spoiled, I'll just mention it. Curious which guesses you are. We edited that episode yet, so I'd be curious to edit it and see like if I will guess, because by the time I'd be a bit further in the show. But yeah, as usual with spoilers, I'll just mention it from the spoil and don't see the point of lying. I don't get the whole pretending I'm a sort of a smart sort of reaction. I like guessing. I know some people are like, oh, I don't like to guess because I like to be surprised. I like working stuff out with the information you get, and I find it mildly fun. Whereas spoiling it for myself just takes away that little joy I have when I get it right. So it's all just like, and yeah, I'm not much faking my reaction, so I've just told you if I know. It's just much easier. And like, if I was going to lie about something, because people always do say this is like, oh, how do you know? It's like, if I was going to lie about stuff, I would say I haven't watched shows like The Office or like One Piece or Naruto. I'll just say I've never watched these shows and then pretend to watch them because they get a shit ton of views. I always find it a bit weird when people like, oh, you've definitely been spoiled because you've guessed this. Like it happened with Yu Yu Hakusho. With Yu Yu Hakusho, it was a shonen. I've watched hundreds of shonen, and it's like and it was one of the first shonen, so all the plot points were super predictable. Like I love Yu Yu Hakusho, by the way. I think it's a fantastic show, but it was one of those where I've watched so many shows similar to it. It's just like fuck me. Is the show predictable? And you can just guess stuff, and people are like, "Oh, you've obviously been spoiled. You've obviously watched the show before." And it's just like, if I was going to lie, I'd just say I wouldn't have watched The Office. Like, after I finished How I Met Your Mother, the best show for me to do was The Office. I would have just said, I've not watched The Office, and then raked in the views for The Office. But I've watched it. I've watched, like, about 4 or 5 seasons of it, and I just felt like there's no point. Same with anime. Like, Naruto and One Piece were some of the biggest reactions you could have done. I could have just been like, oh, never watched it. Let's watch Naruto. I've heard such... Oh, everyone always goes on about it and just raked in the views while lying. And I know channels that have done it. Like, there's a lot of channels that have done One Piece who've clearly watched it before because there's video. I remember there was this one channel, it was a couple. They have a vlog video where they talk about One Piece and have the flags and stuff. They One Piece wanted flags, and they're like, and they pronounce all the characters' names perfectly. And then like 3 years later, they did One Piece as a reaction, saying they've never watched it before, seen or heard of One Piece. And I'm like, fuck off. You've done a bloody blog set where you've fucking seen the wanted posters and you know all the characters and stuff like that. It's like there's that like a blind reaction. It's just like fuck off. There's people who are doing it, I don't get it. But yeah, so I'm going a bit of a tangent, but it's always like, yeah, I remember people saying, I'm just like, you know, if I'm gonna lie, there's better things to lie about. Because yeah, no, I think like if you're gonna do it, you just commit to doing that. But no, I don't see the point of it, and I'll just be like, yeah. Like I say, I know, all I know is my sister loved the show, but we never talked about it. I didn't really talk to my sister. When I was younger, I was most of my siblings are about 20 plus years older than me. I was like 4 or 5 at the time. I just remember my sister used to watch Buffy. That's about it. Never talked about it. So I think the only thing that maybe might help me is because I have watched Vampire Diaries. I've watched True Blood. Which are either 2 shows that I've been heavily inspired. I believe they were novels. I think Vampire Diaries was a novel before Buffy was out, but because they're still the similar type of shows, I'm guessing like I could guess plot points based off how those shows go. Other than that, no, I do look forward to seeing what they're going to do with the show. But no, never spoiled it. I'll mention if I have. I think the only thing is I know is that there's a character called Spike, and that's because I was talking to someone at work, and they said, "Have ever been introduced to the character Spike yet?" And I was like, "Fuck Spike," but they didn't elaborate, so I'm not that cool with that because there's someone at work who loves Buffy. So other than that, I think they got mixed up. I think they said Spike gets introduced in season 1, but I was like, I've not met a Spike, and I don't think I've met a Spike. So yeah, that's the only thing I know. I don't know if I know anything else about Buffy. Trying to think now if there's anything I know. No, I didn't even know Willow was in it. Oh, well, the actor for Lily was in it. So yeah,